I've got a confession. I love hustling. I do, right? There's some guys that feel bad about it, right? They wish they didn't have to do this and that kind of thing. I'm not that guy. If you're willing to bet money against me on a game like this or in pool, I'm more than happy to help you pay for your own tuition. I mean, it's like a rush for me. It's like a heroin addiction. It's just something that is very exciting. But the one thing that people don't realize is that I equally enjoy getting hustled, because I know the time and the energy and the planning that it would take to hustle me. For example, recently I got taken really bad. Thank you. Yes, I woke up in the morning. I'm like, what happened? You got me. That was a good one. That was a coffee date. Oh, well, my bad. But actually, we just got back from our honeymoon. We went to Bogota, Columbia. Right? Beautiful over there. And I have found when traveling internationally, there's let's narrow it down to 2 golden rules one must follow. Rule number 1 is that it's very important to exchange your money for local currency. Now, so if you do this, don't go to the airports or the banks, right? That's where the suckers go. You want to go like what I did, go right to the streets. Get a much better exchange rate if you do that. Get some authentic Bogota, Columbia money. Not performance energy, but the other thing you want to do is that you want to make sure that you speak the language. Now, fortunately, yo hablo español muy bien. I speak very good Spanish. My wife, not so much. So she got one of those Rosetta Stone DVDs for like $500. Learn to speak Spanish like a white chick. And so on the whole 9-hour flight, that's what she's studying. And after we exchange our money, she needs to use the restroom. Very important to know how to say this in Spanish. So he sees a guy walking down the street who wants to try out her new language. Looks him right in the eye. Perdóname, señor. And I'm impressed, right? $500 well spent. She says, and I quote, ¿Dónde está el baño? Oh. Baño. Has she never seen Dora the Explorer before? Is that the first thing we learn? ¿Dónde está el baño? Right? So much for Rosetta Stone. It's like $500 right down the baño. But but the guy had a good sense of humor about it. Right? He goes, Baño, huh? First time in Bogota? Now, I know from personal experience, if somebody asks you if it's your first time doing something or being somewhere, it is never the right answer to say yes. My wife didn't know this rule, and she says, yeah, it is. In fact, we're looking for the Bogota experience. The guy goes, I can help you out with that. And he pulls out a gun and he robs us right in the middle of broad daylight. Welcome to Bogota. Now, unfortunately, I've got an accurate physical description of the man. I'll show you what he looked like. You look just like this. Great, well, maybe he's a little bit taller. Now, I might not be a rocket scientist, but even I know when I'm in Bogota and I see a guy walking down the street wearing a ski mask, waving a gun, he is not the guy to ask, where is the freaking Baño? Now, my wife, she didn't think that he was that dangerous. She was confused. She thought he's a luchador. You know, like one of those masked wrestlers like El Bandito. Right? Just happened to run across a street performer in Bogota. What are the chances? Now, he didn't seem like the smartest criminal I'd ever had to contend with. I say that because he didn't even have a bag to put the goods in. Instead, he had to take off his own ski mask and put everything inside. Besides that, he seemed really nervous to me. You know, his gun was shaking like this and like water was squirting everywhere. And my wife starts freaking out and she's like, oh my God, remember what they said? Don't drink the agua. She's really pretty. So I offered the guy my white silk handkerchief. I thought a white silk handkerchief would come in handy later when the policia found him. He took the handkerchief and he placed it into the mask. And he goes, all right, let's get down to business. First, give me all of your cash. And so we had to give him all 500 pesos. It's about $1.29 to me or you. He took the money and he placed it into the mask. And he goes, while we're at it, give me your watch. I said, my watch? But you know, I stole this from somebody I really respect. He didn't care, so he took my grandfather's watch. Placed it into the mask, and then finally he asked for my ring. I said, my ring, forget about it. This is my United States Trick Shot Championship of Pool ring. This ring has a lot of sentimental value. He goes, I don't want that piece of tin, I want your wedding ring. Well, why didn't you just say so in the first place? And my wife did that really neat trick, ladies, where they make the ring like 3 sizes too small. I don't know how she expects me to take this thing off when I'm going out of town for business trips. They took the ring and he placed it into the mask. With that, he vanished into the night just like my bachelorhood. What he didn't realize, of course, is that he was robbing a con man, a swindler, and a hustler. When he reached into the bag, he realized that the entire bag was now empty. But more importantly than that, the money had actually returned into my wallet. The watch was on my wrist, the ring was on my finger, and the handkerchief very safely. That would give the man reason enough to use the Bano.